Hey guys, Show101 here, and today I have another little Redstone tutorial for you guys. This time it's actually not going to be so little. What we have today is a little bug in Minecraft that allows you to have a black beacon beam. And for the rest of the video I will be calling the black beacon beam just a black beacon or a black beam, just for simplicity. But this is a bug that's been in Minecraft, as I think it's been around since beacons were first added, and it's something to do with a lighting glitch that enables you to have a black beacon beam. So people have found out about this before, and they've done it before, but the only problem with this is that the beacon will deactivate after a short while. Now there is a way to get over this. You could time a clock very precisely so that it would open up the beacon very quickly and enable it to continue working like this, but just make it blink white for just a second, or actually much less than a second, but yeah, make it blink white for just a little bit and have it black for most of the time. Now, even something like that would be quite difficult to do because it would get out of sync every time the world is unloaded or the chunk is unloaded, and it also initially requires a little hassle for actually syncing it up properly. The way to create a black beacon beam is to prevent any light from getting to the actual beacon block. Now, the problem with that is, of course, that the beacon will exterminate after a few seconds. So the solution to this is to set up a little clock that will remove and replace this block with a very precise timing to keep the beacon alive. So now just a little bit of theory. A beacon has an update every 4 seconds, precisely every 4 seconds, and what an update means is that during the update tick, the beacon will check if it has any blocks above it and if it has a full pyramid beneath it, and according to that it will update. It will also distribute the actual status effect at those 4 seconds, or at that one tick every 4 seconds. And that's why if you've ever used a beacon before, you might have noticed that you would usually go down to 5 seconds and then get boosted back up to 8 seconds. Now you might be thinking creating such a thing shouldn't actually be so difficult. Just hook up a 4-second clock to a piston that will extend and retract this block right over here. You would be wrong. That is in general the idea, but the thing is you have to sync it up precisely with the actual 4-second interval in which the beacon tick occurs. Now, even if we did figure out a way how to do that, we would still be in a little bit of an issue because the redstone clock would get out of sync every time the chunk would get unloaded and or the world would be closed. So we need to have an easy way to sync up the beacon tick with the redstone clock. And that's basically what I have for you guys today. And I tell you, this is not an easy task at all. Alright, now underneath this block there's a beacon, and it is set to a speed effect, speed 1. Now, you know what they say, once you go black, you get pushed back. So now all we need to do to finish this up is just take this block and put it back here. And there we go. Black beacon. Alright, so let's take a look at that again, but this time let's explain what's going on. So the main thing at play here is this device right over here, which is something I have worked on quite a bit. It is basically a Speed Buff Detector. And the way it works is you stand right over here and you continuously hold down the W key or whichever key you use to go forward, and this piston will repeatedly push you back. And if you have to be walking, by the way, not sprinting. And the first time you attempt to go forward and you have a speed 1 buff or a speed 1 effect, you will be able to push the minecart, and the minecart is actually sitting on a powered track that is turned on. So the minecart will go forward and activate this. Now this is just a point simple delayed signal that goes into a 1-tick monostable circuit right over here, which goes into our 4-second clock. Now the output of that 4-second clock is taken into another slightly longer 1-tick monostable circuit. This is actually a precise 1-tick monostable circuit. This is kind of a more 1.5-tick circuit. It's kind of hard to explain. You need to know a little bit more about Redstone for that. But anyway, this little thing right over here will cause this piston, which is a sticky piston by the way, to very quickly extend and retract this block right over here. And it does that exactly every 4 seconds. Now last but not least, I said this thing was a speed buff detector, so you do actually need to get the speed buff, but you need to get it a little while after you've started walking over here so that it works like it's supposed to. So before you actually start going into the speed buff detector, you are thrown into a little thing right over here which causes this piston to extend. This is a normal piston, and this just pushes this block right over here, enabling you to get the speed effect from the beacon. Now just a quick note, the minecart over here isn't actually directly placed on the track. You actually need to move it a little bit after you place it, so let's just see how we do that right now. You place the minecart, then you have to place a chest next to it, and then you gotta nudge the minecart as far as you can into the chest, so that the minecart is actually aligned with the chest and only 1 pixel of the minecart is aligned with 1 pixel of the block right over here. After that you can take out the chest and this thing is set up. Alright, so let's take a look at how to make this thing. The first thing you want to do is decide where your actual beacon is going to be, and go right down beneath it and place 9 mineral blocks like that. After that's done, you'll want to grab a single mineral, place it right here, and get the speed effect. Now I'm not sure if I emphasized this enough, but you want to make sure that the beacon is covered from all 4 sides, and in a moment it will be covered from the top side as well. But you want to prevent any light from getting to the actual beacon block. So if you build this above ground, make sure there's blocks in these 4 positions around the beacon block. Alright, after you've done that, you want to come down right here and place a sticky piston there and a regular piston there with a block in between them. Then you'll want to place 3 repeaters on full delay right over here, a dot of redstone, and a block there and a block there. Place your tripwire hooks right there, and you'll place your string right here. Then what you want to do is place a stone pressure plate right over here. Could be wooden, whatever, it's up to you. And place a repeater right here on 2 ticks. Place a block in front of that and a sticky piston with a block. Now take a powered rail, put it right next to this repeater, a normal rail and a detector rail. Now you want to place a lever right here and turn it on. Take 6 redstone repeaters and put them right here on full delay. Once you've done that, you'll want to come right over here and place a sticky piston facing up with a block. Place a repeater coming out of that with the redstone in all of these positions. Place a comparator on subtraction mode right here with a repeater on 2 ticks. Place 5 repeaters going this way and 5 repeaters going this way. Set them all to the full delay and put redstone in these 2 positions. And now just to finish it off, place 4 blocks right here and take a fence and put 3 fences right there. And that is you pretty much done. Now once you've done all of this, the last thing you want to do to actually set it up before each use is take a chest and come right down here, place the chest right there, place a minecart right in front of the chest, and nudge it into the chest as far as you can, and you'll notice it only moves 1 pixel. That's fine. Remove the chest and you should be done. I lied. Just for comfort measures, let's place a block right here. Now once you've made sure everything is in place, what you want to do is come right down here and align yourself with the back wall and the fence. Make sure not to accidentally trip this tripwire right over here. Now let go of all the keys you're holding at the moment and just hold down forward while looking forward and slightly to the right so you stay aligned with the fence. So just hold down forward without sprinting, of course, and go forward. Got the speed effect. I nudged the minecart. Now if I just replace the block right over here, we should have ourselves a fully functional black beacon. There we go. So let's assume the beacon got out of sync with the redstone somehow. You'll notice that the beacon is actually still here, and it does still work. Place that block. But it's out of sync with the redstone, like I said. So what you want to do is come right up to here and remove this dot of redstone. Wait for the power to drain out of the clock and replace the redstone. Come around back here, remove the minecart, replace the chest from before. Place the minecart right over here and nudge it into the chest. Remove this chest at this point and go right back here. And align yourself right to this corner and make sure you look straight up and a little bit to the right, to the direction of the fence anyway. And hold down forward without sprinting. You should be good. Let's do this. There we go. You saw I just got the speed effect, and I pushed the minecart straight after. I'll put the block back here, and we should now have a fully functioning black beacon. Now I do want to point out that this thing isn't 100% accurate. It could have a slight inaccuracy because of things like server lag, slightly inaccurate button pressing, or misalignment. You know, any of the above could really affect this thing. So what you want to make sure you do is not freak out if it doesn't work on the first time. And if it doesn't, just do what we just did. Treat it as if it got out of sync, you know, and try again. If it doesn't work the second time, then you're having some bad luck, but you should just try again, and it really should be working for you. If not, I don't know, check if you did something wrong. And if it still doesn't work for you and you are in a multiplayer server, you might want to get someone that gets less lag than you to do it for you. Alright guys, but that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this nice little trick for how to make a black beacon in your survival worlds. I was actually inspired to look for something like this after I saw a while ago Etho's video asking how he can make a black beacon for his Minecraft PvP map on the Minecraft server. And this is what I came up with. I actually worked on this quite a bit, and I think the result is very nice, very reliable, and I hope people will be able to use this and enjoy this trick and not suffer from what he had to suffer, which was not being able to use this trick, basically. So, yep, like I said, that's it. Also, I want to point out that, like I said at the start of this video, the beacon does actually the beacon does actually turn white every so often, and it turns white for precisely 6 ticks every 4 seconds, or every 8 ticks, or every 80 ticks, that is. And that means that the beacon is actually black only 93% of the time, whereas it's white 7% of the time, which isn't such a big deal. It's actually black the very, very vast majority of the time, and it's looking really nice. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, so please remember to like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you really liked it, subscribe. And I'm out. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.